Okay, I'm not sure what I have here. Sounds kind of junky. It looks okay, though. It's underneath this rock. Sounds big, too, so I am interested to see what that is. I'm just filming this because the recovery was a pain in the butt. That big rock I was talking about that it was underneath. And it just rock. All that for a very old and extremely corroded axe head. That one's probably not even worth saving. Sometimes I do opt for electrolysis on my iron relics, but this one's huge. It's probably staying here. All right, we'll keep moving. This one looks interesting. It might be iron, but I don't know. So we'll check it out. Actually, that looks pretty good. I'm a little bit more excited now. I just want to say something before I take a look at what I just dug, because I know what it is, but not exactly what it is. I really hope in every digger's lifetime they discover a site like this that has been completely untouched by other detectorists. There is no greater joy than research paying off. When I pinpointed it off camera, it had a bit of a whistle to it. Another copper out of here. That's a small one. I'm gonna guess Woods Hibernia. Yep, I can see the harp already. When you're good, guys. Look at that. So we have Britannia, a little harp right there. Hopefully he's in better shape than the last one I found out here. Oh yeah, he's gonna be pretty. It's probably be 1723. These are 1722 to 1724. The coinage was originally minted for Ireland, but for whatever reason it ended up here because Ireland, I guess, kind of rejected it. And to be honest with you, I couldn't be happier about that fact. I must have 15 to 20 of these. For some reason, I do tend to find them a lot. So that is the bust of King George I on the front. And I did see, it looks like it is 1723. It's in a funky place than the Woods Hibernias. Woods being the name of William Woods, who designed this coin. He also designed the Rosa Americana, which is a very similar obverse, but the reverse has a really cool flower on it. I believe it's a Tudor rose, but oh man. All right, let me give that a brush. It's going to be beautiful. Well, it took the toothbrush to it, and it doesn't look a whole lot different, but it looks amazing out of the ground. There's really nothing to do to this coin. I mean, just seal it up with wax and call it done, probably. The reverse is especially beautiful. That's how I usually display these coins, because it's just different. I love the harp so much. Whenever that Irish harp is integrated into a coin design, it's just one of my favorites. That is a real beautiful one. The date's definitely coming through very clearly now. Can't really make out the 17, but, you know, this is in much better condition than the last one I found here. Thankfully, the last one clearly had fire damage. The edges were all like chewed up, and really, unfortunately, a very ugly coin, unlike this one. That is awesome. Clearly, it must have been mixed with iron. Again, when I swung over it just before I dug the plug off camera, I did get a bit of a coin whistle, but it was only ringing up in the 50s, so I didn't get my hopes up too much. Absolutely gorgeous. Hey, so now that we have something to put in here, I wanted to show you this. This is the Ultimate Finds box, East Coast edition. This is a large compartment for relics. These are also deeper compartments, and then this is for your coins. I know right off the rip that if it's a smaller copper, it will fit in one of these. If it's a big, largey, like American, you're gonna have to put it in that compartment. But that fits perfectly well there. Shabam. All right, let's keep filling that up. And I will say I'm going to do a giveaway of one of these either in this video or the next one. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to handle it because I haven't thought ahead that far. This is, I'm sure, dropping 5 or 6 weeks after the actual day that I hunted. What the heck is today? February 27th? So you might be seeing this in April. I have no idea. But in any case, these are really cool, and I will be doing a giveaway in this video, if not the next one. Okay, so I just mentioned that we're going to be doing a giveaway for the Ultimate Finds box, and that's going to be right here in this week's video. To enter, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you have liked this video, and be sure to leave a comment that includes Ultimate Finds box. Those are your keywords. It must be in that order, and it must be spelled correctly, or my random comment picker will not pick it up. Speaking of that random comment picker, that is what I'm going to do to choose the winner of this giveaway, and that winner will be announced in next week's video. From there, I will then ask that winner to please shoot me an email with their name, shipping address, and their color and style of the Ultimate Finds box that they would like. As for everybody else, I now have a 20% off coupon on anything on the ultimatefindsbox.com website. It's good for the entire year of 2024 on any product you might want. Just be sure to use my coupon code STEFDIGS when you check out. Okay, how about we go and find that thing that I alluded to in the beginning of the video? Very low conductor here. It's coming up in 11. It sounds larger than a 22 casing though, so maybe a Tomback button? We'll see. Alright, well, not a Tomback button, but something more interesting, potentially. It kind of looks like aluminum, but to be honest with you, I think it's quite a bit older. This is... what the heck is this? It's got like circles stamped on it. What on earth? Huh. This is very interesting. I'm not very far from where I found that ramrod thimble, which I believe would have been in last week's video if I'm staying in order. So it's awfully light for any kind of gun part, but I don't know what it is. Clearly very old. Let's give it a brush down. Well, there you have it. It's weird. It's almost like it's applied silver or silver washed or something. But you can see the design easier on this side. And that's also incised. Like that. Or no, it's not. Okay. Huh. Very curious little piece. Again, it's very, very light. Seems ornamental in nature. If you guys have any clue whatsoever, I would appreciate some feedback. I do not know. Huh. Seeing as we haven't dug a button yet today, maybe this is one of those. That trace looks more like lead to me, but I've been wrong a couple of times in my life. I'm really glad this wasn't too deep because there's a huge root ball in here. I know you can't see it, but what did I say? Whoops. It's actually not a button. It's an impacted musket ball. And even though it's been fired, you can still see the casting sprue from when that was made in the mold. So that's pretty cool. Not terribly exciting, but it is what I thought it was going to be on the machine, so that's a win. Pretty nice sounding low conductor right here. I think I'm going to have to move this rock to get to it, but hopefully it's worth it. Well, it was kind of worth it, I guess, for the incidental find. It was actually every bit of 8 or 9 inches down there. Little piece of lead. Nothing abnormal for out here. There's no shortage of that. But I also managed a nice piece of pottery. You can still see where somebody was actually just using their fingers on a little turntable to make this well over 200 years ago. So I like keeping my pieces of pottery. It's just cool. All right, hopefully the next hole is a little bit more exciting. We'll see. Well, I didn't film this signal. It was coming up right around a 28 on the Manticore, but where it was tracing was mostly within the upper Ferris limits, so I didn't film it. I figured it might be iron, and it was. Now, before everybody says that's a piece of dog poo, this really reminds me of a canister shot. I don't know a ton about them. It could be a grape shot too. It'd be a bunch of like iron balls stuck together within a canister and fired so that these would explode everywhere. I'm gonna have to do electrolysis on that, but it's interesting. I know it seems kind of, you know, not very exciting, but if it is a grape shot, canister shot, something like that, it would definitely be my first. And I have found a lot of stuff out here relating to firearms, so you never know. I'm showing it just in case once I do electrolysis on this, once I get home. If it is something of that nature, I just want to have the footage from the field to show you what it looked like before I threw it in the electrolysis tank. So, interesting. Hopefully that's what I think it is. Okay, just really quick, taking another better look at this. There is something, appears to be non-ferrous right there. So, and then right there too. I don't know. I really can't wait to zap this and see what it is. That could be part of the canister that it was in. I'm not sure. Yeah, or it's a big old piece of poo. I don't think so though. I have a good feeling about this. Surprisingly. So, I may or may not have just called my shot, no pun intended. The funny part though is that I didn't realize how large a canister or grape shot actually was, so when I was rolling this crustacean around in my hands, pointing to these little nodules that I thought were separate little shots, what I was actually seeing was an iron concretion that was a product of leaching on one piece that was hiding in that crustacean. This is very common in iron relics that have been sitting in the ground for a couple hundred years or more. Instead of electrolysis, I opted for a set it and forget it method by putting this in evaporust for about a week. But not much was happening, so at the end of a week's time, I decided, let's crack this puppy open one way or another. I don't have too much to lose. And, well, it was indeed an iron ball hiding in that crust. Due to the size of this, which is about 1.5 inches in diameter, maybe a little more, this is in fact a canister shot or a grape shot, which are small caliber cannonballs. This piece would have been packed together with a ton of other iron balls inside of either a canister or a burlap bag, and once the cannon was lit, the burlap bag or the canister would kind of either melt away or burn. By the time your shots got out of the cannon, it would rain hellfire into the battlefield. The devastating effects of canister and grape shots cannot be overstated. And I have a really good theory as to how it ended up where it did. The patriarch of this homestead was a French and Indian War veteran from the 1750s, and it was not at all uncommon to grab a souvenir from the battlefield and bring it on home. And this piece in particular would have been a great candidate for that because it is small, easy to transport, and could have fit in his pocket probably, as long as he had a really sturdy belt. Again, small as it might be, this is still absolutely my first cannonball, and I am psyched. I have been waiting to share this find with you since February 27th when the video was filmed. And I am so glad that I can finally do that right here, right now. Who knew a little iron ball could bring me such joy? All right, back to the show. Pretty good signal in here amongst all of the briars. Definitely worth digging that one. Yep, looks like we're gonna have a wee button. Or can we have a pair of cufflinks? That would be nice. Negative. Negative. Oh wow, there's a nice back mark coming through though. All right, you know what? I'll brush that off and come back just in case we can actually read the back mark. I can't make out the back mark. I used the toothbrush and most of that patina went with it, or I shouldn't even call it patina. Some kind of buildup. Dirt, I suppose. And I do not think there's anything on the front. If that changes once this dries out, I'll certainly come back. But otherwise, we'll keep on moving. I've got a very strong signal here, right in the mid-20s. Let's check it out. Well, it's not much, but it's beautiful. Just picked it up for a second. We have just a small piece of an open-work colonial button. That'll be from a knee buckle or a shoe buckle. Oh, man. Oh, and I have the pin terminal side, too. That is cool. Let me give that a brush, and I'll come right back. All right, so there we have it. The lighting is not great. Kind of in the wrong angle, but beautiful, beautiful design. Again, you can see the pin terminal right there. I sure wish it was complete, but I'm still on the colonial stuff out here, and really, that's my biggest concern. So, awesome piece. I will throw it with the rest of my fragments in the display case. I didn't film this signal because it was double tapping on the surface. Low conductor. Figured it was a casing. And where did we go? Where did we go? I just had a little something, something right there. There it is. There it is. Look at that. We've got a Tomback button. 18th century all day. It's still got the shanks. Sorry, I'm in poor lighting. Can we get a design? Nope. But that should clean up nice and shiny. See how the edges are already coming through? Beautiful. All right, I'll clean that one up better at home. For now, we're just going to keep on moving. Okay, this could be a good one. Don't know until we go, but it's nice and deep anyway. Let's get in there. Well, as is to be expected in that target ID range, got it out from about 6 or 7 inches. And we have a dirty, grimy musket ball. Wow, it's like still gray because of sitting in water. This is a very swampy area, so that's why no patina has developed at all. That's cool. That's how you find them out of water. Gray like the day they were made. Definitely a dropped one as well. All right, very good. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap things up for this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have made it this far and you've not already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing from me in the future, because I have been on quite a hot streak through the late winter and into early spring. So I suspect if you enjoyed this hunt, you're really going to love those. And with that, we will see you next week.